guys, here's a video on the Kenwood TK 705D, how to program the radio by the front keypad, or keyboard I should say, and also a neat little trick that I figured out there tonight that the radio can also do, which is very cool. And I think anybody that may have this particular Kenwood radio may be very interested in knowing the little trick that I seem to have found with it, which is very cool. So anyways, there's a very easy modification, I guess you can call it, that you have to do to the internal components in the board. Basically, it's just a jumper that you move from one position to another on the inside of the radio, basically right behind the panel, behind the LCD display on the main board back here underneath the speaker. And once you get that position changed, then you can basically program the radio to how many channels you want. I'm not sure how many's in this one exactly. I haven't got too far in depth into programming it or reading up on it, but this radio, when she's in memory mode, all it shows you is the channel number, CH and 1. CH means channel 1, obviously it's channel 1. So right now there's only 7 programmed into it. So I'm going to show you how to program this TK705D, and hopefully it may be of interest to some people out there, maybe not. And just for information purposes, the mic jack here is a 6-pin connector, not 8-pin. So if you're interested in seeing this thing's program, hang or tweet. Okay, so first things first. Well, you got your radio. She's programmed already with whatever channel is in her. You got the jumper change inside. So basically, to put her in program mode, or as Kenwood calls it, dealer mode, then basically you turn off the radio, you press your auxiliary button, and I believe this REC button. Either one of these three will put her into program mode. So what you do is you hold down these two buttons, the aux, record, and turn the radio on. Screen will go blank. You get 3 little beep beep beeps. So then basically you have a frequency display, which can change depending on your rotating of the dial. And this is actually the function that I found tonight that may be very interesting to some people out there. That if you press your auxiliary button, if you just press it, nothing happens. Right? Nothing happens. If you hold it down, hold down your auxiliary button as you're turning this knob, you'll change the steps by 1 megahertz steps. So hold it in, change it. And you go by 1 meg steps. Just like that. Right? And she's also got a scan feature that if you hold this middle section button here in, she'll start scanning. So there you go. Hold it in and she'll scan. And basically what she'll do, she'll scan the whole basically the whole bandwidth of the radio, which is like, I believe it's 100 megahertz to 524 megahertz. So let's just say the CPU is able to handle VHF and UHF frequencies, but obviously the main part of the body, or the main chassis of the radio, is only go for VHF. So as she's scanning, she'll actually stay scanning. You don't have to touch anything else. And the radio will just scan one end of the band right to the other, non-stop. And if there's any active frequencies, she will stop on those active frequencies. So let's take her scan for a second. I'll move her down I'll put her just to show you that she will receive.
Cette nuit, dimanche et la nuit suivante. Saint-Jean, péninsule d'Avalon, secteur nord pour ce soir et cette nuit dégagé, devenant partiellement nuageux au cours de la nuit.
So, the radio will receive while she's in scan, which is pretty cool.
De soleil et de nuages. Nappe de Beauport.
So you can bring your dial up, and she'll continue up, or you can reduce your dial or reverse your dial, and she'll go downhill. Ah, I noticed that she went all the way back. As soon as you try to move the dial. Did you see what it did? If I take this dial and move backwards, anti-clockwise, she goes right back 250 megs. You can also change the offset or the tuning increments of the radio, depending on what you want to tune her down to. Depending on how off frequency, I'll call it, do you want to set the radio to. As you can see. If you do 0.5, you can change your settings. That's your tone squelch, depending on the way you want to set it. I'll call it manual mode. You can change frequencies like this. But when she's in scan mode, like that, and you go counterclockwise with your selector, she'll pop back there. So this is her megahertz, kilohertz. So let's just see how far the PLL, not the PLL, but the CPU can handle. See how high up frequency the CPU is capable of. There we go. Let's bring it right up. There you go. Basically 100 megahertz to 550 megs. That's what the CPU on the front board is capable of taking. Again, obviously the radio can't do it for obvious reasons. So there we go. So that's a little trick I found there tonight, and I think that's pretty cool. That you can use this basically if you wanted to search for frequencies if you're in a area and you got no other radio with you other than obviously this critter. You can search for frequencies in your area. Anyways, let's get into the actual programming, channel programming of the radio next. Alright guys, for channel programming of the radio, you need a microphone, a Kenwood mic. Don't need anything special. Well, it's a 6-pin, it'll work. So I'll tell you when I'm hitting the mic, so you'll be able to set your channels. So let's see how she's programmed from the front panel like this. Alright, so we'll put the radio back in program mode. We'll hit this button here that actually puts in channel programming. This one is actually, figure this one out. This one here is your VFO programming, I guess, if you just wanted to scan the bands. I call this one VFO. This one here is programming your memories. This one's just VFO. And this one, literally, press this one and all you can change your megahertz. Whatever else that's supposed to do, I have no idea. But anyways, again, your auxiliary, get your pressure power, your auxiliary, your DA, and power. Right now she's in channel programming mode. So basically, you tune the frequency you want, which is my case, 146.52. That's the receive frequency. So right now, I want to change my transmit frequency. I key the mic. Then you can put your all your tones in, if you needed them, depending on what you want it. I don't need no tone, so I hit the mic again. And now, the arrow means your transmit frequency. So the transmit 146.52. So hit your mic key again, in case you don't want no tone. And there we go. Now you're on channel 2. So channel 2, we'll just program for a local repeater. So that's receive frequency. Key up. You set a tone if you need the tone on it, which I don't need a tone on receive. So click the mic. Now that's the input of the repeater. Click the mic. And now if you need a tone, well, now you change it. I'll use a tone. So now you set it here, and you can change that to whatever you need. In my case, 100. And click the mic. There you go. So now you can just set them, keep on going. Set the set channel 3. Every channel you set, she automatically moves up by one channel. So right now we'll just set this one to 520. Actually, we already got a 920, don't we? Or 520. Let's set this one to 940. So click the mic. There's no tone on the repeater. Click the mic. That's the input already. Click the mic. No tone. And you'll see here, she'll automatically advance from 3 to 4. There we go. Now we can set the frequency here. Again, you can hit the button here, hold it in, and you can change your megahertz. To make the scan, make the band change easier. Let go of it, and you can just go like that. There we go. Click your mic. No tone. There's your transmit frequency. Click your mic. No tone. There we go. You set your frequency again. 145.010 for a packet. Click your mic. No tone. Change your transmit frequency. Click your mic. No tone. And you'll advance back to, again, 6. Just like that. So basically, that's how she's tuned. And then when you get whatever you want programmed into her, just literally turn off your radio. She's programmed. Turn it back on, and then you got your channels you had here. That's it. That's how she's programmed. Quite easily. To the front panel. So again, I'll just go over what I mean by VFO and channel modes for programming. Basically, turn off, go back into program mode again, your aux and one of these buttons. Again, aux and DA will put you in channel programming mode, and that's verified by the channel number in this corner. Now if you want a VFO mode, turn her off, hit your auxiliary again, your scan, which I call VFO right now, turn around. Now you notice that your channel number don't come up on your screen. And now you've got notice how your just your megahertz are changing there now. So then we just hit her again, turn her off, and we hit auxiliary, and record. This one's VFO. One of them. See if it's this one. Yes, there you go. This, okay, so auxiliary and record is VFO. There's VFO mode. DA is channel mode. And this is just megahertz. I have no idea what it would do, but anyway. And then you just hold in your aux. And you can change megahertz steps like that. Your scan and your increments. Like that. Easy. 705D is actually a pretty cool little radio, if I have to say so myself. Question is, can you transmit while she's in VFO mode? Well, let's grab the mic and see if she'll key up in VFO mode. Some people say you can't transmit on the radio when she's in program mode, but let's see. There you go. She can do it. Let's see if anybody can hear me on this thing. Drop volume. Victor Ocean 1, Mike Delta Sierra on 146.520. I have no idea if anybody can hear me on it or not. Let's put on a scanner here and see. Let's see. 1, 4, 6. So right now I have a scanner tuned to 146.5.2. Let's see if I'm actually transmitting there. Victor Ocean 1, Mike Delta Sierra testing, 146.520. And there we go. The TK705D will transmit and receive when she's in VFO mode. So there we have it. It's only when she's in channel mode, channel programming mode, that you cannot transmit. Only in VFO mode. Anyways, it's a cool little radio, I have to say. Very interesting, actually. Regards if she can do offsets when she's in VFO mode, well, that's another story. Because it don't look like there's any way to do an offset when she's in VFO. But anyways, she's strictly simplex. Anyways, hope this video was some help to some people out there. And if you can get these TK705Ds or the 805Ds, which would be the UHF version of her, by all means. If you're a licensed amateur radio operator, you can definitely use these radios to its full potential. Until next time, take her easy. Keep it. V1 AKA, V1 AKA, V1 MDS, copy?
V1 MDS, V1 AKA.
Yeah, V1 AKA, V1 MDS. Yeah, just testing the radio here now, an old Kenwood. Just wondering how she's sounding back there, over.
Oh, you're loud and clear, old man. You're loud and clear.
Cool, thank you very much. Just want to check that. Just want to make sure she was working the way she should.
Alright, portable's dead, 7-3.
Righto, thank you.